In the book of James, chapter 1, it calls the book of the law, or the law of God, the law of freedom. You know, that sounds kind of counterintuitive to a lot of people, even some Christians, because sometimes we think, well, God's law is just a bunch of rules, things we're supposed to follow, things we're supposed to do. It's a bunch of religion. It's not freedom. That's God trying to stop me from having fun. So as I thought about that this week, I thought of a kind of a good analogy that I hope would explain it a little better and maybe counteract a little bit of the flaw there. I have a parakeet named Gary, and I think that bird would just love to get out and just stretch his wings. So every now and again, I'll take him out of the cage and let him out, and he'll hop around on the top, and he'll sometimes fly around, but he's not out there for maybe more than 2 or 3 minutes tops, and he's right back in that cage. And the reason he does that is because he doesn't view that cage as a prison. He views it as a protection. He sees that if he's inside that cage, the cat can't get him. The ceiling fan can't hit him. Nothing can get to him. There is freedom in that protection. That's the same thing that holds true for the Christian. That God's laws here are not a prison for us to shackle us down. They are freedom for us. There's a pastor from years ago named Adrian Rogers that said, every time God says, thou shalt not, he's saying, don't hurt yourself. And every time he says, you should do this, he's saying, help yourself to happiness. So can I encourage you this week, as you look at the laws of God, if you start to see him saying, oh, this is like lording over me, you're trying to stop my fun, remind yourself that every time God has given us these commands, he's trying to protect us from things and give us freedom from that. So let's rejoice in the freedom that we have in Christ this week.